Hi there. So I'm starting on my November community teas. So this one's called Bella Boo, and it is not the first of the month. And here's the reason why I'm starting anyway. First of all, so excited. That's part of it. But second of all, and actually the more important part, is one of the reasons I was hesitant to do community is because I really would like to film these, and it's going to be very hard for me to film every day on my work days. Today's a Sunday, especially if I'm doing a black tea, which I may not want to drink in the evening. Evenings are tough for me anyway, so here is what this tea looks like. It's very pretty, and I'll talk to you about what's in it. I'm going to put it in my teapot, though, and let it start steeping. Oh, I can already smell the coconut, so I'm very excited about this tea. So as I was saying, I'm trying to kind of video a bit early, keep a little bit ahead of it, because I know there's going to be days when I can't video at all and I'll get way too behind. So I'd rather be ahead and kind of keep notes and post these closer to when they actually should come out. So this one is brew for 4 minutes, so I'm paying attention to the time at 2:12. So I've been very excited about this one. I've looked at it a couple of times. This is a black tea with ginger, cinnamon, coconut, lemongrass, cardamom, cocoa nibs, natural chocolate flavor, natural hazelnut flavor, natural coconut flavor, and cinnamon chips, and it has high caffeine. So the only thing I'm a little scared about is that ginger is the second ingredient. I love ginger. I eat ginger all the time, and I do like kind of plain ginger tea. But I've not been really feeling ginger lately, partially because I was sick, and when I'm sick I don't want ginger. And it's in everything. It's in tea, every kind of tea, especially like pumpkin spice tea right now. This smells very coconutty and very cocoa nibby. So those are the two smells I mostly get. Cocoa nibs and coconut, mostly coconut, which I'm excited about. I love coconut in tea. So these are teas that you receive once a month. I would highly, I haven't even started with it. I only did a week of it that was sent to me as a free sample. I would highly recommend at least getting that free sample week. I think you need to order $29 worth of Adagio teas. This is all through Adagio to get the free week. But if you wait till the end of the month and order, you can order 2 months at a time, which is pretty much close to free shipping as it is. And if you're trying to learn more about tea and what you like and what you don't like, 2 months gives you a chance to sample 60 or more different teas. So that's a pretty good way to start working on building up, like, what taste do you like. You also get to participate in a chat, and they put photos up every day, and so you get to hear from other people what they like about it, what they don't like about it, their own tastings about each individual tea. And I think it really helps you to kind of distinguish what you like and what you don't like in different teas. So I'm very excited about this. Again, recently, the more tea I've been drinking, I'm kind of figuring out that I don't love a really heavy ginger flavor, and I don't love rooibos that much. I keep trying to love rooibos because I want decaf teas, but I don't love it. I don't know. It doesn't have enough flavor for me, so I think I'm going to try more decaf teas, but in this community, it's very possible that it will sway me and show me that I actually do like rooibos, depending on how it's mixed. So pour this. Ooh, that went everywhere. in my office, which is bad. All over computer equipment. That's okay. It actually didn't get everywhere. It mostly got on the floor. So this is very light. I'm going to steep it a little bit longer, so I have some that's still in the pot. I also only used about a teaspoon for this whole pot, which is a little bit more than 8 ounces. It's probably closer to 12 ounces. Maybe even 16, probably 12 though. And this is more of an 8 ounce. Actually, this is probably even more than 8 ounces. So, still mostly smelling coconut. It's very subtle. It does not have a very strong tea taste. It tastes mostly of coconut. I don't really taste the ginger at all, except maybe a little bit of heat in the back of my throat after I've drank it. And I'm not tasting most of the other flavors. I'm really just tasting coconut. Let's see if it steeps a little bit more, if I get more of the black tea flavor. It's nice, but it's just nice. What I am going to do is, because there's a chat about the tea and you get to rate it, but I'm drinking it a couple of days early, I'm going to go into the My Tea Pal app and write down all of my thoughts about this tea so that I can put that on the Adagio community link when it is Tuesday, which is only 2 days from now. I'm not being ridiculous. I could have started a couple of days ago when I got the box and I tried to hold off. But then this weekend I thought, you know, there's going to be a day this week when I am too busy with work to drink my tea of the day and film it. Okay, so that is much darker. So I'm hoping that letting it steep a little bit longer. That has much more of a tea flavor. So I like that a lot better. So I would definitely steep this for 5 or 6 minutes. I often use my big tea thermos. It isn't boiling water. So it may not be quite 212. So that's why I oversteep too. And I do have enough in here for another small teapot. So I will make sure I oversteep it next time. Yeah, it's much better. I like black tea. I want the flavor of black tea. I want it to taste like a flavored black tea and not like water with flavoring in it. So I'm definitely getting that with it being more steeped. I taste a little bit of cocoa now, but it's mostly coconut. It's good. I like it. Day one, very fun. And again, for $19 for 30 different little tastes, I don't feel like, even if I don't like some of them, which inevitably I'm not going to like some of them, I don't feel like that's a big deal. Again, it's just improving my palate. And sometimes I'm mixing these too. So if I have like a plain black tea and I want something more flavored, I'm adding some of these flavored ones in with the black tea if they don't have enough flavor on their own. So my last video I was talking about the confetti cupcake from David's Tea, which I was not feeling. And I was also reviewing the Assam Harmony tea from Adagio. And after the video, I mixed the two together, and that was lovely. So it had the kind of robust flavor of the Assam, and then just that hint of creaminess and chocolatiness that, not chocolate because it's a white chocolate, so it's mostly just kind of creamy and sweet that I got from the confetti cupcake. And that was a wonderful way to finish off the confetti cupcake, which I wasn't loving. So I'm going to do that a little bit more. And I think trying all of these different teas is what's making me feel like I can do a little bit of mixing on my own. And I'm not going to make something horrific that I'm going to have to pour right down the drain. So, hope you guys are doing well. I'll be back with you probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's not a crazy day, and I think I have a decaf tea, so I can probably record in the afternoon. Okay, bye. Hello again. So it is the same day I recorded the first video, and I'm going to already try the second one because it is decaf. And it's supposed to brew for a long time, so I'm going to get it right in there. Pomegranate Grove. So it's supposed to brew for like 7 minutes. So I will have to ramble for a while. But I've realized this isn't a terrible thing for me to record these really early. Oh, look how pretty this is. So let me show you what it looks like. Look at that. And I'm going to pop it into my teapot. It's not bad for me to record these early because, actually I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Because these have great big, I think, apple pieces. Because they give you enough for a second serving. So I can still have a serving on the day I'm supposed to drink it. So this has apple pieces, rose hips, hibiscus, cinnamon, ginger, natural pomegranate flavor, rose petals, raspberries, orange, no caffeine. So I may have actually used quite a lot of that. I may put the rest of this into a little strainer and make a real small mug on Wednesday, which is when I am supposed to drink it. But I'm excited to try it with you today. And what else has been going on today? So I've been reading a book. I'm reading a book called The Sentence. I forget who it's by, but it's really good. It's kind of funny and cute. I read a lot. I go through 6 or 7 books a month usually. Reading's kind of my favorite thing to do, unless I get off of the kick. I try to pick kind of light books unless I'm on vacation because I find like my work is stressful, and when I'm done with work and I want to relax, I don't want anything really stressful. So I read a lot of light stuff. I read a lot of humor stuff. I read a lot of fantasy. I can deal with stress a bit more if it's not a realistic book, if it's a fantasy type book, because I don't put myself in the shoes of the characters as much. I have a very vivid imagination, as you may know from my meditation videos especially. And so when I read or watch television, I put myself in the shoes of the character. So I can't really watch dramas because they stress me out. And there's a few dramas that I'll watch. Like I'm trying to watch The Sandman on Netflix. I'm really not watching very much of it. Because I used to collect the comic books when I was a kid. I loved the comic books and I love Neil Gaiman. And so I am trying to watch it, and it's a great show. It's a drama and it's stressful. It's very fantasy based, so I can watch it. But I find when I watch TV, I tend to watch baking shows or other kind of light reality type shows. We watch a lot of funny shows. We have just found all of the old Mystery Science Theater 3000s, which my husband and I used to watch when it first came out. And now my son loves, and so we have found their website where you can watch the first 10 seasons for free, and we may eventually pay to watch the more recent seasons. We were watching the seasons that are on Netflix, but it's kind of fun to watch the old ones. And there's actually some from the later seasons, because I've never personally had cable. I don't think. There may have been a few times, like when we were subletting a house when I was pregnant, they had cable. They had all the shows, everything in the world. There might have been a year or two before you could really just watch TV on the internet when we had cable. But as soon as you could watch TV on the internet, we just got rid of cable because we don't watch very much. I'm not a huge fan of TV, again, because of the stress aspect. I figured out when I was younger, in my 30s, that what I did is I actually took a detox from like National Public Radio, which I listen to all the time. And when I took this detox, I found that I was much more relaxed and that listening to the news all day actually kind of stressed me out. So then I was like, well, what other things in my life are creating that stress? And I realized that watching stressful dramas was another big part. It's why when I do watch dramas, I watch generally to halfway through the show, and then I stop it, and then I'll watch the second half and halfway through another show because I don't want the cliffhanger. It causes me anxiety, and it's not, I mean, I can watch it, but I'm more aware of how it affects my mood, and I'm like, why am I forcing myself to watch TV when it causes me stress? It's not something I'm very, that's important to me. So I don't watch a lot of movies for the same reason, and I really do seek out books that are pretty low stress, and a lot of mood kind of books. I like kind of deeper literature, but when I'm working full-time as a social worker, I find that uses up my reserves of anxiety, and then anything over and above just really bothers me. So I figure I will save my stress and anxiety for real people, doing therapy with them, and not expend it on television and entertainment and those kind of things. As a result, I'm also trying to really limit how much social media I participate in. If you've noticed, my Facebook page has just really gone quiet in the past 5 years. I don't even know that I've logged on to it. And it is because I realized it was causing me stress, this trying to entertain people and trying to get likes. And I mean, it is addictive, and it can be really stressful. So letting go of that was an important thing for me. And so I did that. Okay, I am going to pour a small amount of this tea so I can taste it. Actually, before I do that, let me just smell this. I have not smelled it yet. Huh, interesting. So it's got this pomegranate flavor, scent, and apples. Pomegranate is interesting. It's not something I'm used to smelling in a tea, but I definitely can taste it. I was expecting, for some reason, when I was reading this, the pomegranate, I was thinking of cranberry more than pomegranate, because I don't think I've ever had pomegranate in a tea. Okay, let's see if I can do this without pouring it all over the floor like I did last time. Oh, it's kind of a pinky color. Okay, it's pretty light, which I'm not surprised about because it's a rooibos. Oh, look how pretty. It really, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's just a real pale pink. And I'm going to pour more after it steeps a little bit longer, because you can steep it up to 10 minutes. It's tisane, so you can steep it as long as you want. And this may be one I steep longer. We'll see what flavor I get after 7 minutes. So you definitely get that pomegranate. It tastes a little synthetic. That pomegranate, and maybe it wouldn't have tasted as synthetic to me if I didn't know it was synthetic. It was pomegranate flavoring instead of actually like pomegranate pieces. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm finding with tisanes, especially rooibos based, the rooibos adds kind of a sweet flavor, but it doesn't add that robust tea flavor that I am looking for. And so I am usually kind of underwhelmed unless they're super, super fruity. Having said that, I think I mentioned before, I'm drinking a David's tea called Mistletoe something. I can't remember what it is. Mistletoe, I don't remember. But it's actually sachets or sachets. Most of the tea tubers say sachets, and I always thought it was sachets, but maybe that's a dance step and not what you call tea bags. But I have one that is cranberry, and it's mistletoe something. It's David's tea. I'll review it at some point on here before I run out. It's wonderful. It's really tangy, but not like tart. I don't know. Tangy is a different flavor for me. So it's very kind of bright, but not like, it doesn't make your mouth pucker. And it's got a lot of flavor. And that's really what I was kind of hoping from with this. I'm not getting it. Not so much. Well, let me try again. It's been 10 minutes now. Let's see if... Okay, it's a little bit... It's definitely pinker. Let's see if I get a little bit more. Oh, much more. Okay. So I'm getting much more pomegranate flavor. I can never steep these for the lowest amount. I think sometimes I'm like rambling so much that I try to drink it early, and I just need to stop. I need to just keep rambling until it's like at the upper limit of what it says to steep. So that's better. It's much more tangy, but it's still not tremendously flavorful. I may leave this pot again for longer and see if I get more out of it over time, because I'm not overjoyed. It's okay. It's not one I would purchase, and I am looking for decaf teas that are kind of desserty that I can have in the evenings. Because I try not to really eat in the evening. Sometimes I will. I used to do intermittent fasting where I would have dinner at like 4, between like 4 and 4:30, and then I wouldn't eat again until breakfast. I kind of like that, but if I'm really hungry, then I can't fall asleep. So I will eat something if it's keeping me from going to sleep, or I have rehearsals at night, and often people will bring snacks to rehearsals, and I don't want to feel like I can't have a snack at rehearsal. So sometimes I do. So this is okay. I'll let you know if with sitting longer, it has more flavor. The other tea I did let steep longer, and that second steep, which was for about 6 minutes, which I videoed with you guys, was good, was very coconutty. The later steep, really, it started to lose the coconut flavor and just become kind of a burnt, oversteeped tea flavor. So that 6 minutes for me was about the sweet spot. This one, we'll see. Right now, the 10 minutes is really good. But because it's a tisane, it might be one that could really sit for like 20 minutes, and maybe that's the way to go. But I still do feel like the pomegranate flavor is kind of synthetic tasting. So definitely doesn't compare with my cranberry tea, and I'll have to do a review of that cranberry tea soon because I keep bringing it up because it's delicious. And I love it. And I will let you know. Cheers. So this is Wednesday's tea. And maybe I'll even get to Thursday's tea today. That would be good. And I still have enough to drink on Wednesday too. I'll have a little cup on Wednesday. Okay. Bye. Good morning. So today I have sugar skulls, which is very exciting. And if you're noticing my hair, today is actually Halloween. So I'm trying to brew these a little bit early so that I can keep up with the schedule. And again, luckily, because these are pretty large containers, most of them, if I'm not making an enormous teapot, are enough for 2 cups of tea. So I can have one with you guys early, and then I can have one on the day that this one's supposed to be. Ooh, it smells good. The day that it's supposed to be brewed, which would be Thursday of this week, and that's probably when I'll put this video out. So this looks like a very basic black tea, but it smells really sweet. I'm gonna pop that into my teapot because, as I have hopefully learned my lesson at this point, I like things steeped longer than it actually says to steep it. So this says to steep for only 3 minutes, but I'm going to steep it a little bit longer than that, I think. So I'm Wednesday Addams tonight, so I just got out of the shower, braided my hair now because my hair is very curly, so if I don't, it will be too curly to be Wednesday Addams tonight. The braids have to go in while it's wet, or else they will not stay in. So this is an oolong tea. Oh, so maybe I can brew this a couple of times too. Oolong black tea, natural vanilla flavor, natural caramel flavor, natural lemon flavor, marigold flowers, yum, lemon verbena, and pink peppercorn. This is high caffeine. So with oolongs, I often will brew them more than once. So we will see if this is one that is good to brew more than once. And I am excited to try this one. Oop, I went crazily out of focus for some reason. That was strange. My webcam doesn't usually do that. But I have also forgotten to turn off the heat in here. So hopefully the heat won't kick in while I am waiting for this to steep. So I am excited about Halloween. I love Halloween, but I have been rained out of Halloween so many times that I tend to not put a whole lot of effort into costumes. So Wednesday Addams is a great, easy costume. I put my hair in braids. I'm short to begin with, so I actually have surprised a couple of friends that didn't necessarily entirely recognize me at night walking around with my Wednesday Addams dress on. I got the Wednesday Addams dress last year. It's comfy. I can wear sneakers. I wear black sneakers because I'm gonna walk around and trick or treat and probably walk in the Halloween parade. We've been asked to play some music in the Halloween parade, so as long as the rain isn't too threatening, I will walk in the Halloween parade, which is really fun. We have giant puppets that a friend of ours makes, and it's sort of a tradition in town to do the Halloween parade, and it's very, very fun to be part of it. So I will be in that tonight if the rain holds off. If not, we'll probably run around and try and do a little bit of trick-or-treating. My son is 11, so he's right on the cusp. He really wants to trick-or-treat, but he needs to find, he wants to be with friends and maybe trick-or-treat with friends. So we are at the 3-minute mark. I'm gonna hold off at least until the 4-minute mark. I always want to like try it with the steeping time that they give, but again, consistently, I don't like it steeped that little. So I'm gonna wait 1 more minute and then see if that is a better fit for me. But I want to try these sugar skulls, so I'm excited. I love Halloween. It's just a good day. I only have a few clients today because I see most of my counseling clients in the evening on Mondays, and today with Halloween, everybody has kids that I usually see in the evenings. That's why I see them in the evenings, because they have jobs and kids. And so we're all canceled for today unless the rain calls us out. Okay, so this is pretty light. My guess is that will get darker as it steeps a little bit longer. Mostly just smells of tea. A little bit of caramel, mostly tea. So I'm gonna drink this and then see if I let it steep for longer, if I get more flavor. I think I'm doing an injustice to these teas by not just letting them steep longer to begin with, because then my initial reaction to them is like, meh, where I think that colors my judgment even as they get better when they steep a little bit longer. It's yummy. So it's early. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for a couple of hours, but everybody, my son's off to school, my husband's up and putzing around downstairs. So I am going to get this done before I start work. I'm going to finish this and hopefully, again, this tastes like a nice, slightly flavored black tea with a little bit of the smoky oolong taste, but I'm hoping the oolong comes out more. I did an evaluation of the maple oolong, which in some ways was similar. It smelled a lot stronger of maple. It's actually growing on me more. I'm kind of liking the maple oolong a little bit more. I still wouldn't buy another bag of it, but I'm kind of liking the bag I have, which makes me happy because it's the only one of the three that I haven't, the 2 or 3 ounce bags that I got from Adagio. I love 2 of them. I love Bonfire, and what's the other one that I love? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, the Chicorino, the chicory one. Love both of those. We'll definitely restock those when I run out. And the maple oolong's the only one I was kind of like, meh. So I'm glad I'm liking it a little bit more, and maybe I'll mix it with something. I like it more in the afternoon, and then I flavor it with a little bit of maple syrup. My morning teas, the first couple of hours, I like mostly bitter. So I do just a plain black tea, and I do a green tea, a smoky green tea. Usually the one I've been drinking is it's got mate in it, so it's definitely more pungent. So this has more of a smell now. Definitely more colorful. The taste hasn't changed much though. The other flavors aren't coming out very much, so it's okay. It's fun to try new teas. This one's not a huge hit for me. Again, it's a lovely black tea, but that's about all I'm getting. So maybe my palate needs to get more refined. We'll see. I'd be interested to see what the other community members say about these 3, because none of them are my favorites. So that's okay. I mean, again, this is very fun to try new teas and kind of figure out what my taste palette is, and I'll be interested when I find the ones that do just really pop for me. So cheers. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you enjoy the video that will come out today, and then I'll put this one out on Thursday. And I'm loving checking in with you guys more often. It's very fun to make these videos, and I hope you enjoy them. All right. Again, Sugar Skulls from Adagio. I think it's in their fan page. They have like a fandom tea page, which is kind of cool. So if you want to check it out, pretty good. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Or you'll see me. I won't really see you.